Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here for this second little tutorial. Today we're actually going to make our journal. So for this we need to pick pages. I have a really big selection of pages. We only have 2 journals, so I'm gonna have to try to be strict, I guess. I definitely wanted to put some flower fairies. I found this page that is so full. Remember that our theme here today is fall. Then these ones, I'm just going to attach them together. Like so. And we can decorate it later. I just hope it's not too long. We'll just have to cut a little bit of the edges, so that's okay. Okay guys, we have 2 pages. Then I had this idea, which would be of course like this. So I kind of really like this. This one is a shame unless it's a middle page, in which case it's pretty cool. So let's do that. Then I don't think we need any more pages from magazines, so I'm gonna put those away. Then I got this one, little baby fairy, which I think is perfect, but I only have one. So either we do this and then this. Well, that's a pretty good idea. Let's just do that. There. 1 and 2. So we don't need that one. Then I have these from books. I chose very red, oranges, and stuff like that. Oh, I also have Edith Holden, of course. Look at that. Of course, we are going to put that one. I do really like this one as well. Oh, it's the same one. What else do we have? Oh, this one is gorgeous. This, I only have one. Okay. Very tough choice. I think I'm gonna go with this one because in there we already have a big page, you know, a full central page. This is really cool, but I only have one. Then I have these, which are, you know, coloriage. Yes. There. This is from magazines again. I don't need more magazines, so off we go. And then I would like to add some pages. So these are eco-dyed. They were supposed to be green, but I put too much rust in it, so they're rusty. And then we have these eco-dyed pages that I made as well. I think they would be pretty cool in a drink journal. Then we have tea and coffee. I think there's a second one somewhere here. And I would like to put some lines because we don't have any lines yet. So what do we have here? Oh, I have to show you what I got. Okay. I got this in my shop because, you know, I'm managing like a charity shop, and 2 of these arrived and I was like, oh my god, I have to get them. Look at this. They're so gorgeous. And there were 2, so of course I took 2, and it was an arrival of, because you know we accept donations from people who don't know what to do with stuff. So this was from a house that was being emptied, and I'm just so happy they came to us because it's so gorgeous. And it was a whole lot of vintage stuff. I'm also going to, I bought some thread from that arrival, so I'm going to be using some thread. Okay, this is not coming off, I'm just gonna cut it off. So I definitely want to use this. It's going to be a very big page. So either I'm going to fold it so it fits and keep some of the extra in folds, or I'm going to have to cut it. We will see. And then I got a big arrival of this paper. There were some pink ones, white ones, and this yellowish one. And they're so thin. I mean, you can see my hand, it's transparent. It must be so amazing to do watercolor or Chinese inks on this. Maybe it's rice paper. I don't know. If you have an idea of what this could be, please comment down below. I would love to know. Okay, then more vintage pages. This is not very useful. Let's see if we have something else. Oh, this is cool. Cinderella. Oh, there's only 1 page here. So maybe not. It's a shame because I really like the pumpkin. Ah, this is perfect. This is actually pretty brittle. It's very, very old. Then we have some pages from music, but they're on single pages. These we already have. This is interesting. Vintage agenda from 1984. So cool. Here we go. Okay, this is cool as well. I wanted to do only 50 pages, and I think that's not gonna happen. I always end up making really big journals because I can't stop myself from adding interesting pages in my journals. It's so bad. Do you have that same problem? These are all single pages. I need 2. I've used most of my notebooks already. Okay, and this is some more eco-dyed paper. This was so much fun. And do we have little squares? We don't have like little squares. And how about some Bujo pages? And I think we're going to stop here. Otherwise the journal is going to be so big. so I won't be able to open it. Okay. Let's just count how many pages we have. And I think we're going to put them all to size. So my size is A4. So I'm just gonna put together, well, let's just count them first. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's perfect. 20 pages multiplied by 4 is 80 pages. So we have 20 sheets of paper, and as you remember, when you fold it in half, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of a book. So you multiply by 4 times the number of sheets you have to know how many pages you will have in your finished book. So that would be 80 pages, and that's good. It's not too bad. I was certain it was going to be a lot more, so I'm really happy. So let's just fold them all in half. Well, this one is too big. I think this one is too big as well. Okay, so all of these pages are pretty good. This one is a little bit too tall. So this is pretty good. These we have to cut. And then there's this one. So compared to an A4, so I could fold it like this. It's almost a square, isn't it? I could have a mini fold here, but that's not very interesting. But I do like the idea of having the lines this way and not the other way. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm gonna fold this about here, there. And I'm going to cut off this piece here. There. So this here, we're going to have to be very careful when we sew our pages not to go inside it, if we want it to be able to open up. And this of course has to be in the middle so that you can open it, of course. Okay, let's do it here as well. I'll do it very quickly this time. Now let me grab my machine to cut. I forgot to add a couple of pages that are handmade, so this is where the problem starts, I guess. Okay, now let's cut to size the big ones. So we have to cut 2 ways, and widthwise and lengthwise. Yes. So I'm going to use an A4 to make sure I get it right. So an A4 is 21 centimeters here. So I'm going to make sure I get that first. And then it's times 15. But here we could fold our page because it's so pretty. That all of our pages are cut to size, I had an idea to decorate them in a very autumnal way. My idea was to get some leaves that I dried, and I wanted to print them like with paint and just, you know, stamp them in a way on my pages. So I haven't done this before. I mean, I have used stamps, but not actual leaves. So we're going to try this together. All right, so I've just decorated my leaves. I made a separate tutorial. I thought it would be much better for people who are looking just for ways to decorate an autumn journal. So if you want to know how I did this, just go ahead and go to my tutorial. I will put it in the little box thing or underneath in the description below. And this is the result. I'm really excited. I think you can see pretty well the leaves and all the details from the leaves on top. So it's pretty cool. And now that we have our pages done and decorated, we can go ahead and make our signatures. And I would like to do some more decorating on the pages, and I would like to do some, I don't know how to say it. I want to use some more scrapbook paper to make a page for each signature, where there's going to be a lot more pockets and more details, maybe some like windows with acetate paper. I mean, things that need a little bit more support than just a flimsy little piece of paper. So since I want to do a little bit of a lap book, I've been having a look at my favorite lap books videos, which I will link down below. And I've been looking at like pockets that I really like and that I would really like to put in this journal. If you remember our first video, we also made a few pockets. So I need to incorporate these, and we need to choose the pages. So I want to do at least 2 pages out of this cardboard scrapbook paper. And out of these, there's going to be some that are really big. So we need to figure out how to do that. So I've been trying to kind of get my mind around all these pockets and flaps and flips and stuff. It takes quite a long time. So I thought maybe let's just have a look at papers that I like and see if something really kind of interests me and if I want to use that and go from there. So I have all of these designs, especially these that I made myself, that I definitely want to use. I'm gonna be putting them here. And let's grab our scrapbook papers. There's also this. I do really love the color. I think it just screams autumn, so I'm probably going to be using these. And now I need to find 2 pages or more that would go really well together. So my first idea here is just the front of the journal, so it's the inner cover. So this would be just one rectangle that kind of hides the cover, and you put all of these pockets on it. I've done a little drawing here about what I want. So here we have to choose that background paper and then the front paper. And we can even be thinking about what we want inside. I really like it when it's Edith Holden. So we can have a look at the other Edith Holden we have. Here are some Edith Holden pages that scream autumn to me. I'm going to choose some with nothing at the back. So these I'm not going to use at all because I really like it and I think they would be good as just pages in a journal. So I'm just leaving these. These are my second choice because they could be nice in a journal, maybe, but they're not the best. And it's just one image per page. So, you know, this could be pretty amazing. But for now, I have this one, which is pretty cool, and I love this one. So I'm gonna go with this one. This is going to be our tags that are going to be inside. So now we need the paper that's at the back and the paper that's the pocket at the front. And you know what? I really like these. They look really cool. But I think we need a little bit more of an impact. Don't like the oranges. Too much going on and too white. This is cool. This could be interesting. Okay, so I did it. I pressed the button to start the video, and instead it kind of just stopped the video and I was just talking through. I mean, it's just a mess. I'm so sorry. So this is what we made and I'm really happy about it. I thought I did take a video all the way through and this is actually all the time that I thought I paused it. And here it is on the other side. So we just took the measurements. I left 1.5 centimeters on the back, 2 centimeters on the front of our, like at the front, and 1 centimeter in between each of the windows. And then I just cut with a scalpel. And we made all the tags from the Edith Holden page. Where we just cut off the page the right size to fit in those windows, and then I'm just going to attach acetate paper sheet to our windows, and then I'm going to go with my machine, my sewing machine, to sew everything in place. That's it, and I'm so sorry again. It was supposed to be all, well, videotaped. And well, I did this mistake for a while, it seems, because here we have our other pocket done. So if you remember the first bit on it, we did it in the first video with the dies that go that do the sides of pages, and I did the window like this. And then we chose from my kit, it's a digital kit I made about autumn, and I chose this page that I thought looked really good with the orange at the back. So it's just basically 2 sheets of paper on top of each other, and they're going to be glued onto the orange page. We're just waiting to see if we should glue them, because since it's a lab book, you never know what's going to be behind. Do you have to sew? Do you have to add some, I don't know, a closure or some thread or something like this, in which case you might need to hide something. So I'm just waiting until everything is done to glue everything together. And then this is our next little pocket. So I'm doing a pocket with a flap and a closure. So for the big part, I chose one image that I put in my digital kit. It's all assembled, like loads of little images of plants and flowers that I think are really pretty. And this is the main part of the pocket, and then I did a flap in brown because I thought it was a nice touch and it looked quite nice together. And here I'm just choosing a closure, and I'm going to assemble it with brads and my crocodile. Hey, so I've just got these 2 pieces here. I think it looks pretty good, and it helps to hide this area here. So we're pretty good. I've also just glued on this piece of string here because obviously there's no space over here to glue the string. So I've used just glue and some tape like this. And this is the first signature cover that we've done with a little flip. And this here. And then inside we're going to have our pages over here. Then there's going to be the back of this signature cover, and then there's gonna be a second one. So let's move on to this one. So just to kind of have a feel, it's going to be looking like this in the journal. So here I was thinking we could have a flip that goes up, and on the flip we could have an envelope. That would be pretty cool. I haven't done this, which I really like, so we could do that. And that means having a square there. I actually made something that could be useful. It's too orange. I also have this. I really like this. I think it looks really cool with the orange behind. I think I'm going to do just that. And we can do the flap on the other side maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So this is 15. So if we want this flap here, we need to find some scrapbook paper. It has to be nice on both sides because you're gonna see both sides. And it has to go well with our orange. This is pretty cool. This I'm definitely going to use, just not yet. And now that we have our pre-selection, I'm just going over all the pages that I put away as a maybe, and just finding the right one that fits perfectly for me with this bright orange page on the back, so it's pretty hard to choose. You also need to be careful because there's a side, like if you put it up, whatever's on the other side has to be the wrong way up, which is never going to be printed like that. So it has to be something that doesn't necessarily have to have a side. So I decided to go with this lovely little orange red robin from Tim Holtz here. On the back there's no side, as I just mentioned, and I thought it would look really good with the orange at the back. So right now I am just taking the measurements and then cutting off the sheet of paper. Remember that at the back we want to have a little pocket, and this is a flap that goes on top of that pocket. So my idea is to use this one piece of paper here as a pocket closure underneath and as a flap at the top. So right now I'm just cutting out, I'm just making a notch at 1 centimeter, and this is where I'm going to put my glue for the flap here. And then this is the closure for our pocket. And the 1 centimeter in between right there is where we're going to put the glue. So let's just measure how much we want for the flap to make the closure of our pocket here. And I'm going for, I think it was something like 4 centimeters. I do like it when a closure is properly closed, and I do like this paper as well. And now we rounding our corners. I am using the large setting this time. And let's just check that everything fits perfectly before we glue anything. Now let's move on to our pocket. So for this I have a nice selection of papers. These are all from my autumn digital kit that is going to be available in my Etsy. It probably is right now. It's just not at the time when I'm actually recording this audio. So we have quite a few choices, and I thought these little leaves here look really good with the orange at the back. So I'm going to use that and cut it to the right size, like this, and probably cut it a little bit, smaller as well, so that you can actually put things in the pocket. Because if you only have like 1 centimeter underneath the base of your little flap slash closure, then you will not be able to put anything in your pocket, and it's going to be really annoying. So make sure you keep that in mind. You need at least, I would say, 2 to 3 centimeters. So a pocket is quite nice and easy to use. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit, so that, you see that there's like 5 millimeters extra. So I'm just gonna cut off that little bit there. And since my utensil here is old and I really need to change the blade, this happened. So of course that happens. It's not a problem. We're just going to glue it by using this masking tape. Masking tape is probably my favorite tool to use because it's paper, so you can glue it properly. It works really well, and it's also a great way to make your paper more, stronger. So this is what we're doing right now. We're just cutting off, we taped a whole piece of this masking tape onto our page so that the top of the pocket would be stronger. And now I'm just cutting off the little extra bits there. Now let's make the notch for the pocket, but it seems like nothing is working today. I don't know if you have this. I've actually heard of a way to just make it cut again, and like use it with aluminum foil, so I haven't used that. In the meantime, I'm just going to cut off the little notch with my scissors. But I would love to know if you guys have this problem as well, and if you have found ways of just making the, I don't know what they're called, like perforators, like how can we make them cut again? Do you have any clue? Please comment down below. I would love to know if you guys have tried this aluminum technique also. I would love to know. I know about it because some people said that this was good for scissors, so I don't know if it would actually work for these tools here. And I'm not sure you can give them to someone, like the scissors, you know, you can do that with scissors. So yeah, I don't know what to do with this. I would love to know your opinion. So anyways, again, I'm not going to glue anything right now because well, for one, I'm going to need to make a closure for this pocket, and I don't know yet where I'm going to attach this closure. Alright guys, so what I've just done here is I've made this flap. I decided to use this Tim Holtz paper with the bird because I quite like how the orange comes back here. And what I did here is I did 2 creases 1 centimeter apart, and this I am going to glue on my page here so that we have this little flap here on one side to close our little pocket here, and on the other side the flap. So that's a pretty simple way to just do both at the same time and not have to hide one or the other. So I thought that was pretty clever. Please let me know in the comments if you think so too. And I'm just going to highlight the first crease and not the second one. And I think we could just glue this already. I'm going to be using roll-on glue. And here there's just no room for error, so let's be very careful. Well, I am pretty happy with our result here. Maybe we could do a little button here to close up our pocket. Ooh, and this time we can put it at the back because it's hidden. So we're just gonna glue it about the middle, just like before, and secure it with some tape. Oh. I completely forgot we had these. So this is not good, but we can just glue it and it won't show. Okay, finally. Okay, well, since I think there's no more to be done on this page, I'm just going to glue this pocket. And now let's get back to our pocket. So it needs a closure. So let's just get rid of the little white all around our button and use our Crop-A-Dile here to attach the closure with brads. And here there's not much to do about the paper either, so I'm just going to glue it. Also, if you saw, I put this, so it's just masking tape. It's made out of paper, and the idea is just to make the top bit here a little bit stronger, because this is just copy paper. When you have flips like this, you do have to think about the fact that it could fall off if it's not tight enough, or you could put envelopes. So that's a bit my idea here. I'm thinking of putting an envelope, or you can also put pockets that are closed with a closure like this. I would kind of like to put a big envelope here, but I don't think I have any, or maybe not the right color anyways. Ooh, let's see if I have envelopes in here. So if you've been following me, you know that Justine from House of Mahalo sent me a package with a lot of stuff. Some of it was just in what I was looking for right now, and it was amazing. I did a whole opening up the package video, so don't hesitate to go and have a look at that package. It's that video. It was really cool, and don't hesitate to go and have a look at Justine's channel. So it's House of Mahalo. She does amazing stuff, and she sent me envelopes. So this is amazing. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. It's the right size, and it brings out this orange here. I really like it. What else do we have? We have another envelope with a lot of stuff in it, but it's really small. So far I prefer this one. I have some other small ones. Okay, let's just go with the big one. And here I'm going to make a little tuck spot over here. So I'm just going to put glue here at the back. There. Alright guys, so this is it for this first video. Let's just do a quick recap. So this is going to be our inner cover with the 3 tags. I'm gonna have to sew all of this a little bit probably. Then we have here the first signature that opens up like this. Here are going to be a lot of pages. Then it opens up like this. We have a pocket right here with, we can attach this already, I think. There. Oops. And there. Then we have these pockets here, our pages, and this is the end of our signature with a simple pocket here, but very elegant. I really like the die that I used here. I used these die in the first video of making this journal, so don't hesitate to go and have a look at that one if you've missed it. Then we have our first flip up with an envelope from Justine. We'll see about decorating it and putting some stuff in later. And then we have another pocket here that opens here with some digitals that I made. The digitals will be available in my Etsy store. They probably are at the moment of me talking about it. This is part of my digital as well, as is this page here. And there's many more. Okay, so I'm really happy that you're still here with me today. It's been a pretty big day for me, a lot of creating. I mean, I started really early this morning and it's already quite late in the day. And I've only done one journal. So I will have to make the same with my second journal. I'll see if we do it together or not, depending on the time that I have. And I will see you soon in my next video. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.